Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about the sponge who could fly, also known as the Lost episode. First, I'm going to talk about the Lost episode. Enjoy. Patty flies into Patchy's bathroom and says that an audience of children is waiting to see a Lost episode, as announced by the French narrator. Patchy is taking a shower, and he says that he has lost the already lost episode, and tells the children to forget about SpongeBob. The French narrator introduces a segment called Remembering SpongeBob, a musical montage of clips from past episodes from the first 3 seasons. Suddenly, a map revealing the location of the lost episode is launched through Patchy's window. After a long treasure hunt, Patchy finds the tape that holds the episode, and he and Patty go back to his house to play it, but they see a minute-long clip of SpongeBob doing cheap walk cycles in a straight line followed by SMPTE color bars. Patchy gets completely enraged, thinking that SpongeBob has betrayed them. He decides to get rid of all his SpongeBob merchandise and run away from home. However, when he leaves the house, the real Lost episodes countdown starts. Patty quickly alerts Patchy of the very exciting news and he quickly runs back in, puts his SpongeBob stuff back by rewinding his breakdown, and sits down to watch with Patty. After the episode, Patchy attempts to play it again at Patty's suggestion. At first he does not know where the remote is, but then it comes flying through the window and thanks Mrs. Johnson for her help before she speeds off. Patchy tries to work the remote, but he does not know how to rewind it to the beginning. He and Patty press a lot of buttons on the remote while fighting, resulting in a mariachi band appearing and causing the VCR to malfunction and unravel the tape reel in a squeaking sound which entangles Patchy. Thus, the Lost episode is lost forever and the scene changes to an exterior shot of Patchy's house, but now at nighttime, the narrator assures the audience that whether or not the Lost episode will remain lost, as long as there are stars in the sky, SpongeBob will live on in fans' hearts and minds. As the stars form a constellation of SpongeBob, the narrator tells the viewers to get lost, thus ending the episode from there. Next, I'm going to talk about the sponge who could fly. Enjoy. The SpongeBob episode segment begins at Jellyfish Fields with SpongeBob wishing he could fly with the jellyfish. He makes several attempts to do so, including a biplane, bat wings, a garden chair with balloons, and a giant kite pulled by a bicycle, some of these attempts assisted by Patrick. After his failed attempts are witnessed by others, he becomes known as the Birdman of Bikini Bottom and is ridiculed. He tells the people that he is sad to be ridiculed for trying to live up to his dreams. The townspeople tell him that they all once had unfulfilled dreams, then they proceed to form a mob and start chasing him for thinking he is more important than them. The act ends when SpongeBob runs off a cliff and falls into a truck of mud, then into a truck of feathers, much to his misfortune. Later on, Act 2 begins by showing SpongeBob in his house, having given up on his dream. He begins to dry his hair, then he receives an insulting phone call from a fan of the Birdman, namely, Joe Mama. SpongeBob puts the hairdryer in his pants while he talks, and the dryer inflates his pants, giving him the ability to fly. He goes around helping people, earning their admiration, and becoming a local celebrity of sorts. However, the lazy citizens continue to ask increasingly unnecessary favors of him, particularly those which do not require flight, leaving him no time to fly with the jellyfish. When he tries to escape to Jellyfish Fields, the people form a mob and chase him, but are unable to catch him. However, Cannonball Jenkins blasts SpongeBob, destroying the pants and sending him plummeting to the ground for a lesson of bad people in their flying machines. The people seem as though they are mourning SpongeBob's death, but they are really mourning the famous inflatable pants. After they take his pants and leave, SpongeBob is about to go home, but suddenly, the jellyfish help him fly. They take him home as he sings an intentionally corny song about how all one needs to fly is friendship. As he says goodbye to the jellyfish, Patrick greets SpongeBob and offers him a trip to the pizza house. SpongeBob declines and leaves it up to the jellyfish for flying. Patrick then flies off as a superhero does, with his regular, uninflated pants. A confused SpongeBob wonders if Patrick just flew, only for him to doubt it because of how silly and impossible that seems. The episode ends as he looks after Patrick out of curiosity. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.